Hi, I'm Kriti from Scientail, and this is our second episode in our Python series where we're going to be doing some actual coding. So let's jump right in. Okay, so this is Replit.com. So Replit's going to be our IDE for this series, and an IDE is basically somewhere where you can type your code. So Replit is really simple and easy for us to use since it's all done in your browser, so there's no software that you need to download. So to get started, you can just click Start Creating. And here you can enter in your information to create a free Replit account, or if you already have one, you can just log in. Now, once you log in, you're going to be put into this page. So to get started, we can just click Create Repl. And since you're doing Python, you can select Python on the templates, but if it's not selected there for you, just type it in, it should come up. And for a title, you can change it, and this can be anything that you want, but I'm just going to call this Python tutorial, and then you can just click Create Repl. So once it loads in, this is the main Replit UI. So on the side here, we have all of our files. So this is just main.py, which is where we're going to be typing our code for today. Here is where it's opened up. So main.py is opened here, and we'll be typing our code here. And here is where, if we run our program, here's where the output will be. Okay, so now we're going to write our first line of code. So normally, programmers love to print out hello world when they're first learning a new language. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So if you want to print something, first you start by typing in print, then you put some parentheses, and since you're going to be printing a string or some words, we have to put some quotation marks, and inside the quotation marks you can write whatever you want. So I'm going to be writing hello world, and now we can just click run to see what our program does. And here you can see that it printed out hello world. Also, if you want to be really organized, you can store the thing that you want to print in a variable. So to create a variable, just create a new line, and then you can type the name of our variable. Usually people use camel case to type names of variables and things. So camel case is just that the first letter of the first word is not capitalized, but the first letter of every other word that comes after is capitalized, and there's no spaces. So I'm just going to be calling our variable our string, and I'm just going to set that equal to hello world. Then now to print it out, I'm just going to change the hello world in here to our variable name, our string. And now if we click run, it still outputs the same thing, which means it works. Now, you may be thinking why we made this into a variable instead of just directly printing it, which would have been easier in this case. Well, if your code was like this, where it prints out hello world 10 times, well, it would be easier if you had to change something. Instead of having to change the string every time in each print, you could just go in here and change it to something. Like if I was going to change it to Scientail and click run, it prints it out and it changes all of them. And so that makes it much easier for you to change your code if you ever have to. So next, we're moving on to the final thing in our video today, commenting. So commenting is very important to do. For example, if you came back to your code and looked at it a week later, you probably wouldn't be able to understand what it was doing. And commenting lets you leave a little note behind for your future self to let you know what you were thinking when you wrote the code before. So to make a comment, you just have to put a hashtag sign, then you can type whatever you want here. So I'm just going to type what this code does, which prints out Scientail 10 times. And now, if I come back to this code a week later, I'll be able to know what this code did. So this is it for this video. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed learning about the basics of Python. Also, while you're there, be sure to hit the subscribe button too, so that you'll be notified when the next video gets released, where we'll be talking about if statements and getting inputs. So that's all for today's video. Bye!